What's up neighbours, I'm Tinashe and welcome back to The Gent Next Door. Today we're going to be talking about styling for job interviews and professional work. If you're new, this channel is about giving you the unique style for your life goals. So please like, subscribe and share for weekly content. Today's video we're going to be talking about styling for job interviews and professional work. Now if any of you have read my book, you'll know that I talk a lot about the psychology behind what we wear. And one of the things I talk about is a psychological term called the halo effect. What basically means is that when you meet somebody for the first time, the impression they make pretty much influences everything else you know about that person. So when you're going on a job interview or you're meeting somebody for the first time, the first impression you make is usually the longest lasting impression that you make. So people will literally link whatever else they learn about you, they'll link it to that first impression that you made. Hence why it's called a halo effect, because it's a halo that's following you around basically. Remember, people see what you are before they hear what you are. So the moment you walk into that office for that interview, they are already assessing you by the way you're walking, by the way you respond to other people, by the look in your eye, and also by the attire that you're wearing. So it's really important that you get it right first time round, and I'm going to give you the keys on how you can do that. First thing you want to do is you want to take what I call a horses for courses approach. In other words, you want to compose your look and your outfit in line with the kind of job and the kind of industry you're applying for. So a good way to do this is arrange and plan a reconnaissance trip to go and scope out the company that you're applying for during lunchtime. So just hover around lunchtime around the building and watch the staff as they come out and go and grab a lunch, go and grab a Starbucks. Just scope what the staff who work for that company are wearing. Are they wearing white and blue shirts, sort of classic office wear? Or is it more fashion forward? Is it a more fashionable place where people are dressing up? If you're a woman watching this video, are they wearing lots of makeup? How is their hair done? Are they wearing heels? Or is it a very casual place? And what you want to do is you want to lay down a foundation of, okay, what is my reference point when I'm approaching this interview? And you've done practical research and gone and actually found out for yourself, like a true serious professional, what it is that you're dealing with. What's the market that I'm looking to place myself as a product into, and then you package yourself according to the marketplace. So if you're applying for a very formal job like banking and lawyers, you want to check, okay, are the guys wearing ties or is it a smart casual thing? What are the colors of the suits? Are they wearing black or brown shoes? All the little details matter. So you want to understand what it is that the office staff wear there and then dress accordingly. In most cases, with most interviews out there, you are going to be expected to wear a suit of some sort. Get the basics right first of all. Black or blue suits are responded to very positively, closely followed by dark grey. Now, I'm not a big fan of grey personally because I think it gives off negative emotions. So if you want to make a good first impression, I'll say wear a black suit or a navy blue suit. Both colours represent security, both colours are very neutral, so you're putting yourself in a safe place, in a secure place, instead of in terms of making a first impression. When you're choosing a suit, I would always go for a 2-button suit. A 3-button suits, you can look a little bit too constrained. Think military uniform. Military uniform is very constrained, everything's very covered up and very buttoned up, almost like you're wearing armor. So I think 3-button suits is a little too much, and 3-button suits haven't been in fashion for a while. So you may look a little old-fashioned as well. So 3 buttons is too much, and 1 button is too much in the sense that it's too fashion forward. So unless it's tailored really well in a very particular way, most of the time 1-button suits are very fashionable suits, very casual suits, sort of designed for leisure rather than business. So I would probably avoid a 1-button suit as well and go for the 2-button suit. Obviously, if you are applying for a job in the fashion industry and you've done your research on that company and the men or the women dress very fashion forward and it's a very cutting edge sort of stylish place to work, then yeah, maybe a 1-button suit may be right. But in most cases, you want to go for 2-button suit. It's safe, it's classical, and it puts you in the right frame. For the opening interview, for the first time you're meeting your potential employers, I would say wear a white shirt, a classic white shirt. You could go for an off-white shirt, and you could go for a light blue shirt, sort of lilac-y or light blue shirt, and you won't go too far offline. But I would say white simply because white is the color of simplicity. It represents trust. It shows that you're well organized, and it's like a blank check. So you're not going to be judged either way. So white is a pretty good place to start off with, to partner with black or blue in terms of the suit you're wearing. The next tip is you want to wear a watch. Now, you'll be amazed the amount of people who go into places of business or go to an interview and they don't wear a watch. You may just think, well, I can tell the time using my iPhone. Yeah, but wearing a watch says so much. It communicates so much to people in business and people who are looking to hire staff for their companies. Wearing a watch shows that you value your time. If you're serious about your career, it means that you're serious about your time and you have a sense of urgency. And wearing a watch is a visual way to communicate that. It doesn't have to be a Rolex, it doesn't have to be an Omega or something posh. Any sort of watch, as long as it looks presentable, as long as you don't go there wearing a Star Wars watch or something like that, unless obviously you're applying for a gaming company, that's different. But don't go wearing something stupid and something that makes you look like you're 12. The next tip is grooming. Now, if you're like me and you're bearded, you want to go full beard. If you're a type of guy who likes to stay clean shaven, then show up to your interview fully clean shaven, nice and close, nice and clean, freshly done that morning. The last thing you want to do is go anywhere in between. Nothing about your image should look impromptu or unorganized or unplanned. Everything should look like it's planned, it's done with intention. So when you have a full beard, but it's manicured, it's conditioned, it's oiled, and it's shaped well, it shows that you are intentional about your beard. Everything you do is intentional, because however you do anything is how you do everything, right? And if you're clean shaven, you want to show that, yep, no, I mean business, no faffing around with facial hair, everything clean, I'm here to do business. But when you're in between and your stubble is like a few days old, people think you're a bit casual, you're a bit laid back, you're starting that new professional relationship on the wrong foot. So go in there clean shaven. Make sure your hair is brushed or combed, shampooed and conditioned that morning, the day of the interview. Don't take any chances. And then the final tip, guys, is your scent. Now, smelling good is really, really important. But just remember, you are in a job interview. You're not going to see your mother-in-law. You're not on a first date. You're in a job interview, so don't overdo it. Don't walk in and overpower the room with your scent. It just shows that you're trying too hard. And again, when you leave that interview, if you've loaded on the cologne, it's still in the room. People can still smell you when you're gone. These are business people. They want to be focused. They don't want anything distracting them. So if you go in, they can still smell what you're wearing. They're thinking, man, they should be thinking about what you said. They should be thinking about your CV. They should be thinking about how you're going to fit in the team. The last thing you want to do is the lasting impression that they have for you was, quite, he overdid the Armani, didn't he? You just don't want that. You don't want to leave the only thing that you want them to think about is how good you are and how a great fit you are to join their team. You don't want them to be thinking about how much cologne you put on. So don't overdo it, guys. Keep it simple. Ultimately, guys, your outfit shouldn't be the thing that stands out the most when you go to an interview. If they remembered your outfit, you don't want to chance it that if they remembered it for a negative reason. So don't go into an interview with the idea that, I'm going to show up looking like the most fashion-forward person in the interview. So you want to make sure, again, like we started at the top, a horses for courses approach. Apply those principles that I've given you in this tip, and you're starting off on the right foot to make a really positive halo effect in that job interview. So all the best, guys. If you want any tips, particularly if you've got an interview on Zoom and you want any tips on how that goes, book a 30-minute free consultation with me. The link is below in the description. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. There'll be more next week, so please subscribe and share this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.